This will be Sprint4 for engine. I will start out with showing you that all my alarms work. So I have two alarms. Alarm 0 is a looped alarm, and then I have alarm 1, which cancels alarm 0 from doing the loop. I have two buttons. I have R, which is a released, and then I have F, which is a pressed. Those are the two you were looking for. There's obviously more, but what else is there to show? So I'll show you the keyboard, how it works, or I guess I'll just quickly show you the idioms. I did this for everything, I think. Everyone has their own attorney. I'll quickly show you the game cycle life. There's not much to it because obviously we don't have anything to do, but I do at the beginning of the spaceship's creation. I submit the entry, which does as you'd expect, which goes through the command broker. The command broker then does its thing, and then once it gets permission to be registered, I have all this registration command stuff. I know you mentioned that you shouldn't be doing this because the ship has an eternal lifespan, but obviously I just did this for testing, or not for testing, well I guess yeah, for testing purposes, but also for just to show you that it works. It registers all the keys that I want, and then the alarms. This is just a macro for when I'm doing testing for you. To just alarms are annoying, so I only do it when I'm testing. And then I also deregister it on the deregistration. Cancel alarm is like a quote-unquote user-friendly way to say, hey, I want to cancel the alarm instead of submit alarm deregistration. It's just cancel the alarm and then the alarm number. So my alarms, I think I showed you that last week. I'll show you the keyboard because that's new and it's kind of cool. It's not really cool, but so I had a little trouble with the keys, not specifically doing the keys, but getting the many management between the fact that the inputable can have multiple keys registered, and multiple ways that key can be registered. So whether it be pressed, released, or if we ever think of something else afterwards, I don't know, hold. Along with the fact that there is two separate things. Anyways, so I returned the reference input similar to how we did a drawable and all that. But where I had trouble was the fact that I have a key and then the single event key manager related to it. So the key is K or whatever, and then the event manager which holds all the information. So the single event key manager goes in, it stores the key. It has both the press and release collection, and what it does is it stores in a multi-map the key and then any inputable related to it. So we can have multiple game objects connected to it, but it's all connected to a single key. And in that, the register function will return wherever the input reference, return that key, and then that goes to the key event register, and then that gets returned. The only thing I have a problem with is my deregister isn't constant time like I'd like it to be due to the complexities of it, because I have to be able to find which key specifically, and I can't return when I register it, I can't return both a reference to this and a reference to this. So I had to find one or the other, and I found this would be the quickest because it's the least complex and arguably the easiest. So it finds it, it deregisters it, and does the constant time removal, and then this is the destruction of it. It deletes the key register, the single key event. You wanted to see this, so it should work fine. So and then everything gets deleted, and then I clear the list, and just because this doesn't actually clear it because it's still 3, so then I just clear it afterwards. Another thing you wanted to see was the scene now has the event. Oh, this is the way I have it done. So I do registration, alarm, key, and then updatable. I moved it into the camera manager is now here, so I get the camera. This is just half-assed because I'll make it more complicated when you actually have more stuff to do. So I have the get camera and the get current camera. So get camera, I don't like my function names really, a lot of my functions, but this is just saying create a camera and return it whatever. And then the time manager. Time manager. I actually want to get your opinion on this. If you can post or if you can mention in the. This is going along, isn't it? Whatever. It does as you say. I want to know if I should instead put this as like a subclass in the scene, so I don't have two engines running, because obviously this engine can't. You have to have an engine to be able to get time in seconds or whatever. So I want to get your opinion on that. If you could mention that in the comments for this sprint. This was probably like a 5-minute video. So okay, that should be game cycle lifespan, input manager, multiple alarms, attorney, client. Yeah. Okay, that's everything.